Hey guys, welcome back to another fun-filled show. So we've got some new things going on. Old buddy right there pointing at me in the camera. Anyway, look who's with us, guys. We got old broke college kid with us.
Yep, back with another new gun.
Hey, Caden, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well, man. I wish I could find a job. I went to school for 4 years just to come out and be unemployed.
Well, that's part of it. You do realize if you get a 4-year degree from a college, you'll probably never get a good job your entire life.
Mm-mm.
That's what that means.
No.
If you dropped out in the 10th grade, you'd probably been running some company right now.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, I did. I mean, just kidding, but I am a proud GED recipient, and I'm running something right now.
Yeah.
So, maybe you should have dropped out being a quitter.
I probably should have.
Yeah, I didn't say the other word, guy. I said quitter. Quitter. So get your minds out of the gutter. Mind out of the gutter. Anyway, that is not what we're doing here today, guys. We're not talking about our education. We're not talking about our finances. Well, not yet. We're talking about something else. This is a gun channel. We're talking about gun stuff. This is something special. This belongs to our guy, Caden, here.
Just ordered this a couple weeks ago.
Just ordered it a couple weeks ago. Caden, what we got?
This is well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get it out of the box and let's show the people what they want.
So I've already cut the tape on it. He brought it in here and set this thing down. I do apologize. I cut the tape on it. I didn't know was doing an unboxing video. I cut the tape on it. He said, "Oh God, I was going to do an unboxing video."
If you don't like that Chris cut the tape on it, go ahead and dislike and unsubscribe.
Actually, people do that anyway. Unlike and leave a negative, rude comment about how I talk hillbilly and how Caden is so pasty white. We're used to it, guys. We do not care what you say about us. Trash talk us all you want, because if you don't like us, we promise you we don't like you either. That's the only promises you get from this channel. Anyway, what you got here? Some kind of pew pew?
Yeah, this is a brand new inbox Gen 4 Glock. But it's not one of those boring 19s or 17s or something like that.
You mean
which I love very much.
So a few months ago, big boy Caden here had a 19X. He kept it for like 2 days, and next time he came over, I said, "Hey, what's the deal with the 19X?" "Oh, I traded it. I sold it." Just about give that thing away. So Caden don't like boring. What do you have?
No, check this out right here. This is the biggest Glock that Glock manufactures. Let's see if I can get it on camera here.
BMG,
Yeah,
guys.
50
Glock is
BMG.
doing 50 BMG.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I need 50 BMG.
Hold on, I've got everything in the way. So
it's a 50 AE. I'm sorry.
It's a Gen 4 Glock. It's got the plates in there. Let's set all this stuff to the side. 3 mags, of course, beaver tail stuff.
What's these things for? Throw them at people?
But, yep, clear. All right, let's check this out right here. This is a Gen 4 MOS. Can I get that? There we go. Gen 4 MOS 10mm Glock 40.
You going to bear hunt? You going to Alaska?
I'll tell you why I bought this thing, if anybody cares.
I care.
I had a 10mm 1911 at one point, and I had bought that because I was like, oh, I go hiking a lot. I'm outdoors a lot, believe it or not, with my skin tone. And I wanted to have a gun to carry for bear, just in case.
Is that Rock Island you had sent here in a transfer for?
I did. I had a double stack 10mm Rock Island. I hated it.
Parkerized.
Yeah, I was ready to get rid of that thing.
It was as oily the day he got rid of it as the day he received it. You cannot get the oil off those Rock Island armories.
No, before they leave the factory, they dip it in a vat of oil.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a 10mm Glock. It's got the MOS plate on top, the MOS mounting system. Mixed reviews about the MOS mounting system. Some people love it, some people hate it, which is fair. But this is the biggest Glock they make. This is a Glock 17L sized. But the reason I say it's bigger is because it's 10mm, and 10mm Glocks are actually thicker. And this thing doesn't have any front serrations, which I really like on Glocks. I'm kind of sad about that. You can always get that done aftermarket. From the factory, it's got an extended magazine release. I wonder if I can get that on camera. It's a little bit longer than the normal magazine release. Yeah. Let's see here. But it's a little bit like a millimeter longer than the factory one on the other guns. But this is an outstanding. I haven't even shot this thing yet. It's brand new here. We just unboxed it for this here. And I'm pretty excited to shoot it.
So this is the largest Glock you can get
That's it.
I didn't know that.
Check this out. This is something really cool. I've never seen this on a Glock before. I've never owned a Glock 40 or a Glock 34 or a Glock 17L. This is my first one of those, and it has. I wonder if I can pick this up on camera. It has adjustable target sights on the back. You can actually adjust it right there. I know I look like I'm flagging Chris, and I am, but I've cleared it here. Don't worry.
It's cleared. It's double cleared. There's no ammo allowed in the studio. But I noticed when you got this in on your, because it came through here, of course, on his through his FFL transfer, all that. I noticed it had a factory football goalpost, white outline. You guys know what I'm talking about, sight, but they are adjustable, and I never seen that before.
Now, normally, let me get something over here for comparison. So this is a Gen 5, basically a Glock 19. It's not really a Glock 19. It's a Glock 45 upper with a Glock 49. It's Glock 19. And this has, you'll notice that the sights sit in the dovetail and they come up and back. Now, on an MOS Glock, they actually have different sights installed. Hand me your Glock 17 MOS, if you will. So on an MOS Glock, the sights on it, take a look at the dovetail there. The sight sits right in the dovetail and right above it. It doesn't go back like this one right here on a non-MOS Glock. You can see it's in the dovetail and then it goes a little bit back. This is an MOS Glock, but it doesn't have and I wonder if this is a Gen 4 thing, but it doesn't have the MOS sights. It actually hangs out a little bit on the end back here.
On the tail end?
Yeah. And I
didn't know all that either.
Yeah. But yeah, they did two different sights for them. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's a target sight. They have to let it overhang a little bit. But I'm not used to seeing that on a MOS Glock here. But I've also not had a Gen 4 MOS, so it's new to me.
You know, I haven't either, and I'm new to the MOS stuff myself, so don't know tons about them. But Caden, and some of the stuff I noticed when I unboxed this gun, or it came through on the FFL, and you know, it's all new to me. So Glock, I guess, is doing some pretty good stuff.
But I want to show you a size comparison here. So this is Chris's beautiful Gen 4 Glock 17 MOS. This gun is absolutely gorgeous. I love these. Check out how much larger this one is compared to that. I wonder if I can set it behind it here.
Yeah, it's
check that out.
So I do know the Glock 17 is 4 point. Is it like 4.5-inch barrel?
I think it's a 4.5-inch barrel. This is a 6-inch barrel. I think the actual number is like 6.02. It's probably in some weird European, in millimeters. It makes sense.
Austria.
Yeah, but this is I think it's a 6.02-inch barrel. And this thing,
it's like a bastard size.
This thing is
bastard gun.
Yeah. But this thing is really heavy for a Glock. Normally, when you get a Glock, they feel great in your hand. They're so light. This thing has got such a huge slide on it that it's actually kind of hefty in the hand. Here, try it out there, Chris.
Well, I got tiny hands, Kate. It just swallows me up. But yeah, you're right. This is like an old school dirty Harry type weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mile long. I love it. You've got that very long sight radius, and for shooting handguns, you really need a long sight radius to be but it helps to be a really good pistol marksman.
Yeah.
The longer your sight radius, the better accuracy you're going to get out of a pistol, opposed to have you got your Glock 45?
So no, I've got the 45 slide on the 49 lower here. But you can see the difference this 45 slide right here. It's probably lacking 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah,
between the sights there.
So, what do we call people that generally or typically are fans of the Glock 19? What do we call them? Like people we don't have no respect for. I don't like a 19, and I think people that have Glock 19s are like little bitty people.
Yeah, well,
and I'm a little bitty person myself compared to that damn the big giant right here.
Listen, if you say
I'm not a 19 person,
I'm not that much of a 19 person,
and
either.
I've got small, teeny tiny hands, guys. I've got small hands, but I do not like a 19. 17 fits me great.
A 17 is great. I've got pretty big hands. I'm 6'3", about 250, 260.
You bragging?
But this gun, I know I don't get a full grip on it, but it just carries so much better. I mean, it disappears when it's on me. I carry in gym shorts. I carry in anything I want to. This thing never prints.
Yeah, and that gun right there, I sold a bunch of them here a few months ago. A lot of your law enforcement agencies are or have gone to the Glock 45
Mhm.
because it's just it's a good carry gun and it has the accuracy. And this local police department, they actually this pistol is a non-MOS. The police department, they actually bought brand new Glock 45 MOSs, which don't let me confuse you. That's just a model name. That's still chambered in 9mm, but they did away with the non-MOS to go to the MOS because of accuracy for their deputies that can't shoot a damn hole in a wall at like 5 feet away. They had to get rid of a bunch of brand new Glock 45s just to get an MOS to help their damn deputies hit target. So it's kind of shameful, but that's the story I was told. And now they've got like 95% pass rates at the academy or their deputies. So the MOS actually helps, but Glock 45 is where it's at, guys.
This is totally unrelated, Chris, but
Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent right here. If you can't hit with open sights on your damn pistol, you don't need to be a damn deputy. You don't need, you know what I mean?
well, the deputies, what Chris is talking about, they went to an optic Glock, and their optic Glock that they went to, they bought MOS Glocks, and then they put a Hollow Sun open emitter on it. Now, I'm not a cop, but if I was carrying a gun every day, and I thought I might have to, I carry a gun every day anyway, but I probably am not going to have to use it, statistically.
Yeah.
But if I was a police officer and I needed to rely on my red dot, on my pistol red dot, a lot better.
Trijicon,
No, not even.
aim point.
It's not even the fact that it's that it's not a Trijicon or an aim point. It's the fact that it's an open emitter. You get a little bit
Yeah.
of you get a little bit of lint down in there, or I don't know. You're in
Hold
the
on,
snow,
bad
or,
guy. Let me clean my optic. Didn't do it.
Yeah. So
How dare you?
if I was a cop, I'd be carrying a mailbox on top of one of these things.
Yeah.
That's just how I'd do it. But what do I know?
Anyway, we kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent right there, but this video is not to bash our local cops, none of that jive. It's just we just want to talk about Caden's a big old butt line special. It's if we'd been back in the 1800s, White Earp would have been wanting something like this. God, man, that side's hard to rack. You shoot this thing about 1,000 times.
Oh. Wish I could.
Oh yeah, we don't buy ammo. We just buy guns.
Yeah.
So if you have any 10mm ammo you want to donate to the cause, poor college kid,
We take sponsorships.
yeah, we do that too. But Caden would like about 1,000 rounds of 10mm.
Yeah.
So
too.
So we got some more Glocks here. We kind of touched on this one, the the Gen 4 40 cal or 40. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. In 10mm. Let's talk about some of these other Glocks we got going on here.
Yeah, sure. Why not, Chris? I want you to show. I love this gun so much. I want you to show this thing off.
Oh, this is my baby. This is actually
Oh man,
the Glock 17. Get it back in. Oh, get the light on it right there. You can see by the finger grooves.
Gen 4 Glock 17 MOS.
Yeah, all kinds of sexy right there. Look at that.
You can't beat
They
the.
play some of that like 1970s dirty movie music right now. Phone check it. So
You can't beat the way those 17s fit in your hand.
yes, and guys, it is see the screw holes right there. This is a MOS, like Caden said. So I had a Glock 17 Gen 4 several years ago. Had it for a year or so, shot it, enjoyed it, but I did not realize how much I really liked that gun until after I got rid of it. It wasn't the MOS; it was just just your standard run of the mill Gen 4 Glock 17. And here a few months ago, since my poor college kid was coming over here, I decided I wanted another Glock 17.
I couldn't quit talking about
He
MOS
couldn't
Glocks.
he couldn't quit talking
I
about it.
put a bug in his brain.
And that's when I found out, Caden, what's one of the pistols Glock has discontinued?
Oh, it's the Glock 17.
Glock 17. Where are you going to get a cheap Gen 4 Glock 17 at?
You ain't.
You're not.
Nope.
So this happens to be a brand new gun, never been fired. You can do that. It's not loaded, guys. So
Oh,
just
don't even have
because
to
I'm
handle
doing
anything.
something stupid, don't mean you guys have to. But you can smell it. You can lick on it. This gun has never been fired. It's clean as a whistle. There's no marks anywhere on this gun other than maybe factory shop. So if you want one of these guns,
Man,
you're gonna pay stupid money for this. Now I didn't pay what you would call stupid money for it, but I paid up for it. I paid a little bit more than MSRP was, and that's because Glock decided since we have what's the other one? What's the one at
Glock 47.
47? Okay, we're coming out with Glock 47. We're just going to discontinue the Glock 17 in the MOS. So if you want a 17 in the MOS, you know you're gonna have to pony up for it.
Yeah.
And I bought this one. Bought this one on Gunbroker. I hate to admit it, but I paid up for it, you know, quite handsomely. And I've got a surprise coming maybe this week or next week. I'm not going to tell you guys right now, but these Gen 4 17 MOSs, they're almost worth their weight in gold because you won't find them cheap. I mean,
MSRP
you
for a
can't find them.
MSRP for a Glock 17 Gen 4 MOS is, I think it's a $620 MSRP. These things, if you find them online, are going for 200 above that kind of
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah.
So
So, and not to reveal a spoiler or anything, but if you wanted a Gen 5 Glock 17 MOS, you're gonna pay a whole lot more than a couple $100. I'm talking about if you find one somewhere that's never been fired, a Glock 17 Gen 5, because there's some differences in the Gen 4 and the Gen 5. Some people really like the Gen 4s, which is me. Some people absolutely adore those new Gen 5 Glock pistols. So if you want the new Gen 5 that you can't get new or can't have gotten in the last few months new, you're going to pay more than the $200 over MSRP than what I did. I
yeah,
mean, the Gen 5 Glock 17s, that is in the MOS, and Glock is actually making a Gen 5 Glock 17 in the L. That's a 17L, meaning long slide, meaning longer than what I got. You can get
it's actually
those.
the length of the Glock 40.
Yeah, it's the it's yeah, you can get that new 17L, and it's the length of this. You can get them. But the 17s, the regular 17s MOS is gone for right now, and I see Glock probably bringing them back in the future.
I was about to say, I think he'll bring it back.
Yeah, but because the 17 is like the OG of Glock. That's where Glock started at in the gun world, and that's where they made a ton of money on. And I don't know why they did away with it.
I just want
So it
to,
may be just number designations. They're just kind of mixing up a little bit.
I can tell you why. So, I really like Glocks. I read about them a lot. I like to think that I know some things about them. So there's a few differences between a Glock 47 and a Glock 17. The biggest difference is that, let me show you this here. So Chris's Glock 17 Gen 4, if you'll notice, the guide rod goes all the way to the end up here. So it has a full length guide rod as well as a full length frame. So the frame on this is meant to fit a 17 slide. The difference between that and the Gen 5s, in addition to the Gen 5 Glocks have a different coating. This is, I think it's a nitriding coating, or maybe this is a nitride. Either way, they have a different coating on them that feels different. But
And the
the
barrel, you got the Glock match grade barrel in the
marksman barrel, whatever.
marksman barrel in the Gen 5s. There's a few differences.
But the main difference that they're going to the 47 instead of the 17 is because the 47 and the new Gen 5 Glock 19, they use the same guide rod, and the Gen 5 Glock 17 frame is actually the same size frame as the Glock 45 or Glock 19. And so that means that you can put a longer slide on a shorter gun like this right here, totally interchangeable. Normally, if you had a Glock 17 and you put one of these slides on it, then your slide would actually be before the frame here. And so you'd have frames sticking out at the bottom. So they're doing it for the interchangeability. I understand why they're doing it. I also don't understand why they're doing it. From what I've seen online, and this is totally anecdotal, having a full length guide rod is actually a little bit more reliable. But I'm sure that Glock knows what they're doing. It's like say Glock perfection for a reason. So a little bit unrelated, but if you were curious, that's what the differences are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few differences, but let's see. My original Glock Gen 4 that I had, my Glock 17 Gen 4, I did not mind the finger grooves. So I don't know. I guess with new changes brings, I don't know.
So if you're interested in a Glock 40 Gen 4, these have been discontinued. Now is the time to buy them. Same goes for Chris's Glock 17 Gen 4. Also, like I said, these are discontinued. So if you want one, get it
Let to
now.
get that microphone out of your way.
But if you are interested in like Chris was talking about, the 17L, the Glock 17, but it has a slide as long as this in 9mm. Those Gen 5s, I think that they have also been discontinued, but you can find those everywhere right now. And I think they're like $500 or less. So that's a great buy. If you're looking for a long 9mm handgun, I'd go with the Glock 17L. You can get them for about $500 right now, maybe less. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, they're phasing them out. And like I said, we're not here to promote the Glock stuff.
I am.
Caden is. I like just about everything except for cheap ass guns. Don't really care for them. You guys know I'm kind of a picky bastard. Well, I'm kind of a picky guy. Can't cuss on the channel because my 10-year-old scolds me when I do. But anyway, you guys know I don't like real cheap guns. There's a place for them, but we're talking about Glock firearms in this video today. And like I said, years ago when I had my first Glock 17, wasn't as much appreciation for that gun on my end until I got rid of it. And for years, I'd been telling myself, hey, I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get another one. And then when I find out the 17 is going to be discontinued, that's when I went on a hunt to find one, and I just couldn't find one at a really good deal. And I wanted one in a MOS, and it wasn't there. And if you want one, you'll have to go on the old GB auction site, and you'll have to pay whatever. So when I was looking for Glock 17s, I was looking for a Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS on the old GB auction site, and there was some new ones on there, but people was wanting 1,500, 1,800, 1,900 for them. I mean, that's the world we're living in, capitalism. People know what the deal is. They've got some, and these are gun store vendors, is what this is, that also sell on Gun Broker. They've got some left over, and they seen that, hey, Glock has discontinued this, so they probably pulled them out of their storefront and got a truckload of them in the back storeroom. And they said, we're just going to put these on Gun Broker for $1,500, $2,000, and that's what I was seeing.
Yeah, and that's a good business decision. But if you can find one, if you ever see one of those in a gun store and you see it for MSRP or maybe a little less or maybe a little more, then you should probably pick it up.
If it's been lightly fired but cared for, if you can find one even for MSRP, you're probably getting a good deal. Is this gun worth $2,000? I don't think so.
No.
But what we're finding ourselves, the situation that me and Caden is going through right now, if you want one, especially if you want a Gen 5 and MOS Glock 17, if you want one, you better grab it while you can, because in the next year or two, if you want one, you will pay $2,000 for it, or if not more. It's just that the supply and demand, if they quit making them, everybody's going to want it. I promise you. It's just the way it is. Even for you Glock 19 fanboys that's got the little bitty hands, you guys will wake up one morning, you guys will say, I want a 17. Oh, I got my taxes back. I got an extra 2,500. Oh God, it's $3,000. I mean, I'm just saying, if you don't even have to be right now a 17 fanboy. In the future, you might be, because it's the OG guys. This is the bread and butter for the Glock Corporation, the Glock Company. This is the gun that started it all. So if you don't have any appreciation for this, if you say, and I've watched some videos, people say why they hate a Glock 17. If you hate this gun, you're not American. That's all I'm saying. This is the gun that started it all. This is the musket. This is the cannon. This is the revolver. This is the semi-automatic. This is the gun that started it all, guys.
Yep. Now, it's possible that this video is going to age poorly, and that's because
They'll come back out with it next year, and these some of guns will be $200, and you get that 10 boxes of ammo with it.
yeah, because Glock, I could be wrong. I think
Their
they've-
marketing firm or their marketing engineer.
well, they're releasing the Gen 6 soon, and so they may bring it back and do a 17. Nobody really knows. Nobody knows what's going on.
You don't know.
No. So
Don't
if
know.
you want to panic buy one of these for $2,000, Chris has got one here.
Yeah, I panicked buying. I paid MSRP or a little bit better for this one.
I don't even know if I can joke about you selling it on YouTube. I don't know. We might get kicked off.
Yeah, and this one's not for sale, guys. I will keep this gun forever, just
It
like
makes
I
you feel any
did.
better.
Just
Nobody's watching by this point anyway.
just like I did my last gun. Ain't nobody watching their videos. That's why we make the big bucks. We drive people away from our channel.
Yeah,
Especially you Glock 19 people with the little bitty fingers. You know who you are. You know who you are. Yeah. Would you choose a 19 over a 17?
Oh hell no.
Would you choose a 19 over a 45?
Glock
Glock 19 versus Glock 45.
to
for-
carry every day?
Yeah.
No, I'd take a 19.
Oh, you take the 19?
Yeah, I'd take a 19
Why'd you get rid of that 19X?
because
Don't say because you need the money.
no. I have I have a
buy a book.
so I had a Glock 45 and I had a Glock 19X at the same time. I had them both in my hands.
I should have done a trade deal.
But the reason I got rid of the 19X is because I love front serrations on a Glock. I love the front serrations.
The 19X,
how
your 19X didn't have it?
Nope, 19Xs don't have front serrations. You can get it done, but then you have to get it coated and everything, and that's just a pain in the butt, and it won't look as good as the original. So I went with I got rid of my 19X, and I just kept the 45. And this is the 45 slide you're looking at here.
Yeah.
And I like the front serrations so much. You can press check a lot easier. I just like racking it from the front a lot better.
Yeah.
So I would take the Glock. Probably take the Glock 19 for carry. It carries a lot better than the 45. I've carried the 45 a lot. I carried the 19X a lot, but
Yeah.
this just it carries better.
Yeah, and I agree. But anyway, like always, guys, have you got anything else, Caden, you want to add to this?
No, I think we're all square, man.
We have put Glock on a pedestal, and we bashed them, I guess, long enough, and we've kind of bashed you Glock 19 people, even though I'm just now finding out the guy sitting beside of me might be a 19 fanboy. So
I don't have the 19 hands though.
He don't have the 19. Oh, big hands, but put your hand up right behind mine. Look at that. Gosh, almighty. Anyway, but a 17 fits me well. I can conceal carry a 17. It's not the easiest chore in the world to do, but I can conceal, and I'm not, I'm 5'11", a couple 100 pounds. And even I can conceal carry. I just can't wear skinny jeans and all that stuff, guys.
Yeah.
If you're wearing skinny jeans, you probably are not watching our channel. Promise you. Anyway, you got anything else?
No, I think we're good, man.
Say goodbye, Caden.
Bye, Caden.